This is why people miserably fail at manifesting their dreams. If you're ever somebody who's tried to manifest something and it's not come true, then this is why. And if you're somebody who wants to manifest something and you're trying to make it happen this year, then definitely listen to this video, because you're about to find out what to avoid, like what mistakes to avoid making. And just for context, last year in January, my life, I manifested something into reality, and it was something that was so crazy, something that I didn't even think that could happen. I was making around 2K a month, and I wanted to be able to fly my brother out to live with me in Bali, which meant renting a villa that was going to be at least 2K a month, which I didn't even have the money for. Like the villa I ended up renting was about 3K a month. Then I also wanted to be able to like pay for us to go to the nicest gyms, go to restaurants. We went for like weekend trips to like Singapore, and we did crazy. I even flew my mum out as well in the end. And like the only reason this all happened and I managed to be able to make my dream come true, pretty much my manifestation come true, was because I like massively made sure to like follow manifestation very clearly, and I avoided the things that most people do wrong when it comes to manifestation. Also, let me just side note, that was so important to me to be able to make that happen. I dreamt of being able to have my brother come and travel with me for like years. Ever since I started traveling, I really wanted him to be able to experience it. And when I said to him, right, in the summer, you're going to come fly out with me and we're going to make it happen, I genuinely I didn't have the money to be able to make that happen. But as soon as he said yes, like that's all I needed to know. I was like, I'm going to make this happen. And I knew that that was so important to me that I had to make it happen. So I would just say as well, like if you're somebody who's manifesting something, make sure you can find a really good reason why. Like obviously I could have got to the point where I was making 5-10K a month eventually, but having him as my reason why is what got me to like make that big leap in life and actually get off my bum and make it happen. I usually say that if you don't need it to happen, or if you're very like blasé about like whether it'll happen or not, then it's less likely to happen. Like you need to like say in your head, like it's a non-negotiable, like I'm gonna make this happen. And I had no choice. I literally agreed to it. I booked flights with him before I even had the money to be able to like support both of us. So yeah, just to sum up, I didn't have the money. 6 months later, I'm making like 10K in the month. I have my brother flown out to Bali. We're living in a big villa. We're going to the nicest gyms. We're going to whatever restaurants we want every day. We was living our best lives. Like we was going out doing like trips and shit. Like it was so cool. And I even got to fly my mum out to come and visit and everything. And it was amazing. And I'm so grateful. And this literally, I put it down to manifestation. I put it down to the fact that I made this happen and I followed these steps and I didn't make these mistakes. So the first mistake that a lot of people make when it comes to manifesting, so I'd say I always call it manifesting your dreams, because let's be real, if you're trying to manifest something that isn't your dream, then why are you trying to manifest that? Like you're manifesting the wrong thing. So if you're trying to manifest your dream, so let's say it's to make a certain amount of money in life, like mine kind of was, because I wanted to be able to do that to fly my brother out. So you want to be able to make a certain amount of money. If you don't have a deep-seated belief that you will make it happen, then let's be real, like it's not going to happen. Like you need to be delusional. And this is where a lot of people go wrong, okay? So the step for manifestation, one of the steps is you need to believe, and you need to be believing with no doubts. And this is where a lot of people go wrong, because you need to believe without having doubts. And a lot of people will try and force themselves to believe. Like in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I can't really do it. But then they'll be like, no, I can do it. I can. And they're trying to push through. But like, it needs to be it from here. Like you need to feel it and you need to believe it deep down that you are destined to be able to make that kind of money. You are destined to be able to do great things. And it's literally just a matter of time. Like you have no idea. The universe is going to make it happen. It's in your life path. Like that's the kind of deep belief that you need for manifestation. So if you're trying to manifest a job, if you're trying to manifest money, you're trying to manifest a partner, if you don't believe that you're worthy of that, then you're not going to be able to have it. So you need to work on that deep belief. And for me, like one of the things that I found that really helped me to make that belief like come real was I used visualization. So basically the way that I would do it is I would like probably spend at least like an hour every day like visualizing what I wanted to happen. And it'd be like when I woke up I would think about it, and that was like what got me out of bed and got me working. And then maybe I'd be working and I'd be thinking about, I'd be like a bit nervous about like talking to a client or putting myself forward for something, and then I would think like, no, like this is what I need to make happen, like this is how I need to act to be able to make this happen. And then I would be going to bed and I would literally just like think about it before sleep. And there's also visualization exercises, like I'd use guided visualizations. I'll even leave some in the description, so if you've never done one, you can use one of the ones that I've used before. And it's a really great way for you to be able to really picture it and start like resonating with the person that you genuinely see yourself being able to become. Because if it's just something like you're like, oh yeah, I can make 100 grand, like can you really, like, do you really see it in your heart? Like, can you actually picture, like, the person that you're going to be, the life that you're going to live, the way that you're going to feel? Like, because if you can, then you're so much more likely to have it. Whereas if you can't, then you're probably just saying it, but you're not actually feeling it. So that's a big mistake that people make. They say it, but they don't actually feel it. And they have like conflicting beliefs. And it's like, they're not saying it, they're forcing it, is what I'm trying to say. So you need to actually believe it. So that's like a really big thing for manifestation. So that is kind of like two things in one. So one is like the belief, but another half is the mixed signals. So if you're somebody who wants to make money, right? And then at the end of the day, you're having these thoughts where you're like, oh no, like I can't make a lot of money. Maybe I should go and search for like a backup option, and you start putting energy and thoughts into that, then you're sending mixed signals to your brain about what you believe that can happen. You're sending mixed signals into the universe, and you're less likely to manifest your dreams because you're not being like single-minded about it. You're sending out mixed signals, right? And you need your signals to be clear. You need to have clear signals to the universe of what you want to happen. It's like, for instance, you're trying to manifest a dream relationship, okay? If you're trying to manifest a dream relationship and then you're going and doing one night stands, then can you see how that would be counterproductive? And it's the same with making money. It's the same with landing a dream job. If you're going and like doing things that say to yourself, I don't think I can have this, or I'm not the type of person who's willing to put in the effort to make this happen, I'm gonna go and like take an easy option and like go for a one night stand instead of waiting for this dream relationship that I want, then like you're less likely to be able to make it happen because you're not putting all of your intention into making it happen. Okay? And another thing about this topic about deep belief, and I know that this is something that a lot of people struggle with, is they'll have thoughts, right, that will come into their head throughout the day, and it will be like, I don't think I can do this, or this is really hard, or maybe you get a no from somebody, right? You're about to work with a client, everything's going well, and then all of a sudden they drop out, they don't want to work with you anymore, or one of your clients then says to you, like, I think this is the end of it. We're gonna stop after this month, and you're about to lose a big source of income, and then it feels like inside you like almost doubt yourself, right? Whenever you have those moments when you doubt yourself, maybe it's because something happened, maybe it's just because it's late at night, and those are the times a day where we can just overthink things, right? And we can just become doubtful. That's just like what happens sometimes with human brains. But like, whenever you're having those moments of doubt, do not feed into them, because that will lead you to have those conflicting feelings and to be sending out mixed signals into the universe. What you need to do is, whenever you have doubtful thoughts come into your mind, you need to literally just think about being able to reach your outcome, about the imagined outcome that you had when you did those guided meditations and you were visualizing. That's what you need to focus on. So that's what I'm trying to say, is like, it's really important that anytime a thought comes into your mind that could try and say to you, like, do you know what, actually, like, we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be taking this step, we should stay in our comfort zone, we should go back to like the old life that we found a lot easier, you just got to say no. Like, I want this life. This is what I'm about to build. This is what I'm making happen, and I know I can have it. And that is what you need to be focusing on doing every time any doubt comes up. So there's one last thing that people make as a mistake when it comes to manifesting. And this is a big mistake, okay? So manifesting works by, one, believing in what you want to happen to be able to come true. Two, being able to not listen to your doubts. The third step that you need to do to be able to manifest something that a lot of people just miss out and actually don't actually do, and it's crazy, is you have to take action. Just let that sink in. You actually have to take action towards your goal, a lot of the time very intentionally. Like, you can't just wake up one day and be like, oh, like, I'll focus on it tomorrow. No, if you want that thing to come true, you need to act every day intentionally in the way that you would if it was going to come true. If you knew that every action that you was doing was aligning to you being able to achieve that goal, you need to keep acting in that way. And for instance, with me, to be able to have my brother come out, it was making my business work. So every day I would be working on my business, and I'd be working on my health, I'd be working on my finances, on my spendings, I'd be working on everything that I needed to work on to be able to be the best version of me, to be able to make that happen. I wasn't going to be able to do it if my spending would increase every time I would make money. I wasn't going to be able to do it if I wasn't well enough, if I didn't have myself in a good state of mind. So I had to be focusing on being able to go to the gym, being able to like focus on reading and putting education into my mind so that I'd be growing and I'd be like in that state of mind that I'd be able to make it happen. I'd be like an entrepreneurial mindset. So that's a really important thing. It's like you have to genuinely take action in so many ways, not just in the way that like, okay, I want to be able to make my dream job happen, so I'm going to apply. Like, no, there's so much that comes into it. And it doesn't just mean putting in like half an hour a day. It means showing up as that person every day. And that is a big reason why people fail at manifesting. One, they don't actually genuinely believe in themselves. Two, they listen to their doubts. They actually give too much power to their doubts. And three, they don't actually take action in the way that they need to be able to make it happen. Like, if you were going to be able to make this happen in the next, like, for me, I was like, okay, I got about 3 months to be able to have a business that takes off the ground before I go broke. And I took action in every way to make that happen. So yeah, that is how you will fail at manifesting if you do any of those things. And now you know what to avoid when manifesting. So if you're somebody that wants to manifest something this year, if you want to make your dreams come true, then I hope that you use this video and you listen to this properly, because I am not joking. This stuff is so serious. This stuff really changed my life, and I know that it can change yours. So I hope that you guys love this video, and I hope that you go and manifest your dreams and make sure not to make those mistakes.